Welcome everybody to Menifestation Nation. My name is David and this is where we come to help bring out those demons and help heal them, help work on our triggers and help us on the path to becoming our highest and best selves. As always, click that subscribe and that notification bell, like it, share it. If you feel this is going to help somebody, then by all means, the more people we can help, the better. And that's what our mission is, this war on mental health, that elephant in the room. And that is our aim at Menifestation Nation. So without further ado, today's video is called, What Are You Choosing? Now, there's a great book out there by Brian Tracy, which is called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. There's a great teacher, rest in peace, Wayne Dyer, who taught us that when you change the way that you look at things, the things you look at change. And what he means by that is you'll be looking at exactly the same thing, but that will change because of your perception, because of your mindset, and the changes that you've made within. Now, change is a scary thing for a lot of people. Remember, we talked about identity. We've talked about our egos and our ego stories and what that tells us we are, what we're capable of, what we're achieving, what we can and can't do. But it's also these little stories that tell us our perceptions of the world around us, other people, other situations, events, circumstances. And a lot of the time our reaction is to push away or to close up, shut that door, bury our head in the sand. There's a big phrase going around of non-attachment, and whereas it is viable to have that level of non-attachment, it is also very damaging when you take it to the extreme and you do push away. But by changing your focus, by changing your mindset, much as I have done, then the things around you, even though they haven't changed, they're still the same things, they do change. They change because you find alignment. So this big scary word change, we need to start changing that narrative that we have, that inner monologue of telling us what is good and what is bad. Because remember, our egos, our identities, which we have been taking years and decades to establish, it never wants to be proved wrong. And this is why it's so hard to challenge our own thinking and our own thoughts and our own beliefs, be it about ourselves or others or the world around us. But once we do, and we make that stand, that is where a more beautiful life is awaiting. It's therefore our taking. Better relationships, better opportunities, better paths, all for us to go down, all for us to enjoy. And let's be honest, as I've talked about in a previous video, our identities can often sabotage us. It can make things worse for us. We can lose out on so much because we listen to that ego. And I am so guilty of doing that in the past. So by stepping back and reevaluating ourselves and going internal, and we can change our thoughts. So what are you choosing? What are you choosing to focus on? Are you choosing to focus on fear? Are you choosing to focus on lack? Are you choosing to focus on repeating the same patterns where you know you're getting nowhere? Or you're going to take a step back to say, I can do this differently. So there we have it. Changing your thoughts in every aspect of your life is going to help change you and change everything around you. So we're going to do a little exercise now. And at any time, if you need to pause this video to write anything down, then by all means do so. But I want you to now take the time, take some big deep breaths, clear your mind of all the stuff that's going on around you, of all the stuff in the media, of all the things that have been wired into your subconscious about what can be achieved and what can't. I want you to sit there and I want you to say or write down what it is that you want your life to look like. And especially right now, if you are in a bad place and everything seems to be going wrong, and no matter how hard you try, it seems like you keep on scratching away and then falling back down. Sometimes you might want to run. Sometimes you might want to start fresh. I've had them thoughts. Move away, start again. But if you're going to start again with the same mindset, what's going to happen? You'll get the same end result. It's common sense. If we always do what we've always done, then we will always get what we've always been given. So I want you to write down now what you want your life to look like, what you want in your life, the people or types of people that you want around you. Even go as far as to write down if you're not with the perfect partner or you're in an unhappy relationship, write down all the qualities of your perfect partner. If you've got kids yet, what are they like around your kids? If you haven't got kids yet, what type of mother or father are they? Write it all down. Write down what your house is going to be like, what car you're driving, what job you're doing, what holidays you will go on. I want you to write it down. And I want you to visualize exactly how that feels to be in that position. To be sat on the sofa, enjoying just a couple of beers or a glass of wine, watching your favourite show or film with the love of your life in your arms and the kids upstairs asleep. Because if that is your dream life, I want you to vision it. Whatever dream life you have, it might involve a lot of travel. It might involve owning properties around the world. Whatever it is, I want you to write that down. And I want you to sit and focus and try to feel how that feels to be in that position. Because only by doing this are you then going to be able to ask yourself this very big question. Am I, by behaving and acting and thinking and feeling the way that I do on a daily basis, am I getting closer to that goal? And if you're honest with yourself, the answer is most likely no. So go back to that future self, go back to that where you've been visioning your life to be, in that perfect setup for you. And ask yourself now, what do I need to be doing? How do I need to be thinking? How do I need to be behaving, acting in order to achieve that end goal? Am I stuck in a rut? Am I in a dark place where I keep doing the same things? Where I keep overreacting, overthinking. You might be doing drugs. You might be going off on benders. You might be purposely causing arguments. You might be wallowing in self-pity. All of these things I know from speaking from experience. Trying to have the same argument again is like banging your head against the wall. You are only going to come away with a headache. The wall is not going to budge. The wall is not going to crack or break just because you're headbutting it even more and more and more. So when we change our thinking of what we can do, because remember the external, as much as we want certain things to come into our lives, they're only going to come to us if we start doing the inner work ourselves. If we start being that higher and best us. And if we can find alignment with those things that we want to bring into our life. And sometimes, especially if we are what used to be a broken man, a broken person, we can be the inspiration for others. We can be the inspiration for those around us. And those around us can look at us in a new light. And those around us can see us for that stronger, better person that has always been inside, just breaking to get out. But it's just been shoved down and kicked down by subconscious conditioning, by traumas, by past events, by toxic people around us. Toxic people that we let in. Toxic situations that we allow to happen. Remember, the only thing that we can change is us. We can't change the external. We can influence the external. We cannot change the external. We can change us, and by being our best and highest and most awesome selves, everything else can and will fall into place one way or the other. I hope you do this exercise. I hope you take the time to really think it through, really feel those feelings that I want you to feel, of knowing that what you want to achieve is only limited by this. Break your own patterns. Change your thoughts. Change the routines. Change making the same mistakes, only to go home with your head in your hands, having had the same end result. This is where we take ownership. This is where we no longer sit and wallow in self-pity of the world is against us. It's not. The world is a very horrible place at times, yes, granted. But our lives are what we can make them. And anything is possible. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Manifestation Nation, the war on mental health is on, and we are soldiers. Hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Like it, share it. This is a movement, and we are going to win. Love you all. I'll see you soon.